All right, the last time I talked about building a four-bedroom duplex minimalist with 65 million naira, some people were still doubting how possible is it in this current economy. See, everything is about knowledge. Everything is about knowledge. Everything about is about getting the right information to be able to execute a particular project. I, as an architect or somebody that have been into this project, is telling you that it's possible. Let me break something down for you. Well, listen very well. Listen very well. Don't scroll. Let me break down something for you. Because of that, I'm going to break down the foundation stage for you and also break down the block wall from DPC to the lintel for you. And I will complete the rest in my next video. So listen very well. For the foundation of this particular four-bedroom duplex that you can build with 65 million to finishing is not just to build to roofing, to finishing both the POP, the ties, both the plumbing, the lighting, everything about this construction. Just the structure, no fencing, no flooring, no sockaway, just the structure. 65 million naira. It sounds impossible because if you have built before, you know that it's practically sounding impossible for you to build with this. But let me break down something for you so that you understand. Right now I'm going to be looking at my paper, but I'm going to be listing out the numbers so that you will get it. If you want to build it, or if you are interested, you can chat us up. We can do the drawing for you and also execute the project for you. But if you have somebody that can do that for you, listen very well. Write down some things so that you understand what we are saying. So for the foundation of this particular project, you will need 28 length of 16 rod. Even though we are going to want to manage, but we are not managing the structural part of this building. 16 is what we are going to use. 28 length is going to start up the starters, just the starters. Then we use 12 for the baskets. So we are going to use 150 bags of cement for the blinding, for the pillars, and for the DPC. We're also going to use one bag of 3 inches nail, one bundle of quarter rod, then 40 lengths of 12 rod. 40 lengths of 12 rod is what we are going to use for the chainin, is what we are going to use for the basket base. That's what we're going to use. We're also going to use 20 lengths of 8 The 8 rod is what we are going to use for the rings. You see, we are not managing anything here. This is not about managing. So we are not managing anything. It's something that we can use quarter rod to do, but we are using 8 for the rings of this particular pillars. So 6 strips of sharp sand that we are going to use for the casting of the blinding, for the pillars, for the chaining, and the DPC. We are going to also use 4 strips of local stones, 3/8, the one that is sand free. This is what we are going to use, 4 strips for the blinding, for the chaining, for the pillars, and for the DPC. We're also going to use 12 strips of laterite sand, 12 strips of laterite sand, and we are going to use 100 planks. That is 1 by 12 by 12. That is the complete plank. That is what we are going to use for the pillars, for the chaining, and also for the DPC. We are going to use 1,700 blocks. Either you are going to use 6 inches blocks or you are going to use 9 inches blocks. You are going to need 1,700 of this particular one. So the labor is negotiable. It's between 1.6 to 1.8 million for the labor of this foundation, both the supervision and the labor. And if you calculate everything I just said now, it's not up to 8 million. That is 7.7 or 7.8 million for this particular stage. That is the foundation stage. So when you talk about building the DPC to the lintel level, this is what you need. You need 2,500 blocks. You need 2,500 blocks. Then you need 90 lengths of 12 rod. 90 lengths of 12 rod is for the continuous of your starter beam, starter pillars for the foundation. So we're not going to use 12 16 again. We're going to use 12 for the continuous. We're going to use 80 planks because we already have planks for the foundation. So we merge it with the planks for the lintels. For this particular stage, we already have 100 planks for the foundation. Then from there, we can still salvage some full plans, maybe like 40, 50, join them to the one, to this 80. Then it can be enough for this particular stage. Then we are going to use 50 length of 1x6 or 1x9, depending on the blocks you are using. If you're using 6 inches blocks, you are going to need 1x6 for your lintels, for your lintel doors and windows. If you're using 1x9, you're going to use 1x9 planks for your doors and your windows. You're going to use 50 length of it. Then 90 bags of cement. 90 bags of cement covers the laying of your blocks. Just know that one bag can lay 30 blocks for you, 30 to 35 blocks for you. So 90 bags can cover both the block laying and casting of the pillars and chaining lintels for you. Then we need 5 trips of sharp sand, 1 trip of sand free local stone. Then if you want to use shippings, it's still okay, but just that the quotation might increase a little bit because of the shippings. But local stones that are sand free is also very, very, very good, that you can use without any troubles. So 1 binding wire and 1 bag of 3 inches nail. This is what you need for this particular stage. So let's say the foundation is taking 8 million, and this particular stage from the DPC to the lintel is taking 6.5, both the labor. But the labor for this particular stage is between 1.4 to 1.6 million. So if you calculate it, it's not even up to 15 million for this stage. Then in my next video, I don't want it to be too long. In my next video, I'm going to be doing from decking to the roofing, and we will summarize with the finishing. So if you're interested, that's why I'm breaking it down for people in the diaspora, for people in the country, for people who are in doubt if it is possible to build with that amount now, and for people who think it's too costly on a do because you have not built before. If you are building currently, where the bag of cement is 11,500 and 12 mm rod from 9,000 went to 10,000 in a period of 1 month, every materials is adding money. So if you think it's still costly, you are not serious to build. But if you have already built, or if you are listening to somebody that have built before, or you are planning to build, this is an opportunity that you cannot take for granted.